For the longest time, the rules of business seemed pretty simple, right? Well, those days are over. Things are changing, and they're changing fast. And right at the center of it all, a little three-letter acronym you've probably been hearing a lot about, ESG. So, to really wrap our heads around what ESG is all about, we've got to take a step back. We need to look at the world that made it necessary. A world that's frankly facing some huge challenges.
And this image, wow, it really nails where we are right now, doesn't it? I mean, look at the left side there. That's the result of the old way of doing business. We're talking climate change, those crazy wildfires, killer heat waves. It's a crisis that we can't look away from anymore.
But here's the thing. A crisis like this, it forces you to change. It's not just about pointing out problems. It's about a solution starting to take shape. We're basically being forced to completely redefine what success or value even means when we talk about a company. And that's really the heart of what we're talking about today. Think of it like this. The way we grade companies, their report card, is going through a total revolution. For ages, there was really only one question on the test. How much money did you make? That was it. The bottom line was king. But now we're asking something way more important, something much more revealing. Okay, but how did you make that money? This slide really drives that home. The old report card, easy A's, sales numbers, profit margins, just simple math. But today's report card, it's got whole new subjects on it. Subjects that aren't about dollars and cents, but are becoming just as important, if not more so. And what are these new subjects? Well, they're E, S, and G. This is it. This is the new framework, the new corporate report card. It's a whole new way of looking at a company's health and, its chances of sticking around for the long haul, something you just can't see on a balance sheet alone. All right, so let's get into it. What do these letters actually mean? We're going to break down each one and see what it looks like in the real world. First up, we've got E for environmental, and this is pretty straightforward. It's all about how a company impacts the planet. We're looking at everything from its carbon footprint and how much energy it uses to how it deals with waste and pollution. And listen, for a lot of companies, this isn't just a nice to have anymore. It's literally a survival strategy. Okay, now before we jump to S, we need to clear something up. It's really important. You've probably heard the term corporate social responsibility, CSR, for years, right? But CSR was usually just about PR. A company makes a donation, writes a check. It was separate from the actual business. It was a cost. The S in ESG, totally different ballgame. This is about creating real value because you're weaving social good right into the fabric of your business strategy. Which brings us to S for social. This one is all about relationships. How does a company treat its own people, its employees? How does it affect the communities it's a part of? Is it committed to things like human rights and diversity? The bottom line question here is this company actually a good citizen? And last but not least, G for governance. You can think of this as the company's internal report card. It's all about how the place is actually run. Is the leadership honest and transparent? Do they respect the rights of their shareholders? Are they making ethical decisions? Really, good governance is the bedrock. Without it, the E and the S just fall apart. Okay, so now we know what ESG is. But the big question is, why now? Why is this all blowing up at this very moment? Let's dig into the powerful forces that are really driving this whole movement. This really is the million-dollar question, isn't it? Because this isn't just some fad that popped up out of nowhere. There are some serious global engines pushing this forward and making companies pay attention.
Driver number one, and you could argue it's the most powerful one, is investors. We're talking about the people with the money. And they're sending a crystal clear message. If a company is ignoring environmental and social risks, it's a risky investment, period. They don't see good ESG as just being nice. They see it as a sign of smart management, a way to spot companies that will actually make a profit for the long haul. It's basically a shorthand for good leadership.
And the second major driver? It's you. It's me. It's all of us, the consumers. People are voting with their wallets now more than ever. We're actively choosing to buy from brands that share our values. This whole idea of value consumption is incredibly powerful. We're putting our money where our mouth is, and that rewards the good guys and puts pressure on everyone to be honest and avoid that whole greenwashing trap, where they just say the right things but don't actually do them. So you've got these two huge forces working together. You have investors pushing money towards responsible companies, and you have customers doing the exact same thing with their spending. It's like a pincer movement, and frankly, businesses just can't ignore it. So where does that leave us? What does this all add up to? Well, it's about more than just numbers on a report. It's really about a whole new way of seeing the world. Maybe the easiest way to think about it is like this. ESG is like getting a new pair of glasses. And when you put them on, suddenly you don't just see a company as a machine for making money. You see how it's affecting the planet, how it fits into our society, and whether its leaders are people you can actually trust. And this isn't just about grading what a company has already done. It's really a tool for looking into the future. Now, look, the world is still figuring out exactly how to measure all this stuff perfectly. But even so, these ESG factors are becoming the best clues we have to figure out which companies are strong, which ones are innovative, and which ones are actually built to survive and thrive for years to come. So I'll leave you with this final thought. Now that you have these ESG glasses, try them on. Look at the brands you use every single day. The company that makes your coffee, your phone, your car. What do you think their report card looks like? And more importantly, what does that tell you about the kind of future they're trying to build for all of us?